It's taking forever. Hello, everyone. Okay, so this is actually going to be the Strawberry Moon spread results. Okay, and remember, the Strawberry Moon is going to be when farmers harvest their balance of plenty and fruitation. So, kind of expect that open mindset when picking your number from 1 to 5. Okay. So we're going to start with pile number 1, which I had already pre-shuffled and gotten cards for. Now, some of these spreads do have more cards than the other spreads, and that's just because I was just led to get more cards. All right, so for spread number 1, your venture. And your venture is going to be everything that is sensational in your immediate horizon coming forward. So what I see is going to be the Sun card, but also a lot of emotions coming to you. So, what this is already meaning is that you're not going to be able to see quite quite understand what blessings are coming to you. And they're going to come quick, they're going to come fast, they're going to knock you very, very unsteady. And with that being said, you're going to be overwhelmed. So it's kind of like not understanding where the blessing's coming from because you're being hit from like the four corners of the earth, so to speak. And that's why it's going to be very, very important for you to kind of like grasp what is being done, what is happening, and why it's rushing in rather than having that sort of adjustment period. Okay. Now, when it comes to vision, what blocks my view of seeing more? And the thing is that this is you because what I got before was going to be the 7 of emotions, which is also the 7 of cups. And now I have the 7 of wands for you. So a lot of 7 energy here. What 7 energy is going to be very independent. It's going to be free flowing. It can be very philosophical, but there's that hesitation of skepticism. Okay, so try to keep yourself from, being your own devil's advocate. Okay, so let it come in, let it blossom, let it happen, because you are going to be definitely what is blocking your vision. Okay, now when it came to caution, what precautions should be taken right now for number 1? And I have shifted. What that means is that things inside of you are shifting. These are going to be beliefs and concepts that just need to be thrown out the window, kind of shoved out that door and not under the rug. And that's exactly what they told me. They're just like, don't shove it under the rug because it's not going to do you any good. So already, like I said, these are going to be beliefs, principles, and it's going to be a very, very, to me, it feels like nitpicking way because you're just like, no, I want to believe this, this, and this, and this, and they're all totally different concepts. But what the guys are trying to tell me right now is that you're actually supposed to kind of like merge all these concepts, and you'd be like, no, 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 whoa, whoa, and there goes your control factor. This is another thing that is going to also block you. So you need to just kind of how do they say? Just be open to it. I don't know. It's just like be open, have an open mindset so that things can start flourishing. Now, when it comes to commitment, where do I need to focus more energy to? And ooh, it's going to be interesting. This is where it gets good. This is where it gets good. Because what they're showing me here is that a lot of things are going to shift out of you. Okay, and you're probably thinking, okay, so if this is what I should be putting my energy into, then why is it shifting away from me? It's only shifting out of you and inside of you, and what feels to be a lot of intuition. These are going to be just the knowing. It's going to be communication with your guides. It's going to be very, very strong. Anywhere between like now and what I feel to be like really 2 weeks for you guys with number 1. Like, I don't know, I feel like 2 weeks is going to be that hitting point to where everything kind of like blows up everywhere and then starts to really, really like absorb into the cracks of what I see as a really, really big puzzle. Okay. But with that being said, they're showing that you have to embrace um how everything is and what everything is in a brand new light, a new, like I'm telling you, like different kind of specs going on, different kind of reading glasses that you're going to be witnessing. So how can I fully adapt to this new energy? To me, it simply just means embrace it. See it for what it is and see what it's going to do for you, do to you. I don't know, like I said, the energy that I'm feeling right now is very, very calming. It's and it's kind of like whenever you finally start seeing why everything is blowing up, why everything is shifting the way it's shifting, because the shift is not so gentle. Okay, so that is going to be it for those that picked number one. Now we're going to go to number two. All right, guys. I don't know. This is kind of fun. All right. Okay, so number two, Strawberry Moon for adventure. What sensational things is in your immediate horizon? And what I'm seeing is that you are going to fight every whim possible. All right, just to make things happen, make things grow, and your guys are kind of like looking like, hello, no, hold back. We're going to help you. But the thing is that you have to allow us to help you. Okay. Sorry for the car, guys. Someone is leaving. Okay. So, with that being said, it's kind of like this. Um, Stop fighting. Like, really, really stop fighting your guides and just keep on going. Okay, because what this Strawberry Moon has for you is going to be magnificent. And to me, what they're showing me is a threefold, which means that whatever good vibe is going to happen, it's going to keep on going, and gone. It's kind of like hitting that home run and it, being for like the greatest good. But the thing is that stop trying to have so much of a hand in it. I know you're going to witness that you're going to have like a lot of rough, tough situations coming on. That is completely fine. Okay. Remember, it is fine. Okay. So, initially, what you're going to have to do is just kind of like how they say, let Jesus take the wheel. Guess what? Let your guides take the wheel because everything is supposed to be looking sunshine and fun for you guys. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read for your number two. Your revision of what blocks your view from seeing more. Now, number two, you were actually one of the ones that I had to flip more cards for because, oh my God, it was like a lot of things were getting in your way, but a lot of things were like yourself. Okay, so what they're showing me is here is that because you're not going to have a lot of control over your physical well-being. So think of 3D world, whether it's like job, career, home life, even your immediate projects. It's just like nothing's going right. Okay. And what they're showing me here is like, look, timing is of the essence. It will be done. But the thing is, you need to kind of like woosah for a little bit. So that's why they're over here showing me the strength card. They're just like, chill out. We got you. But the thing is that you're going to have to believe in them. So that, again, you got to let go of that steering wheel, guys, because what you have to look forward to is a whole bunch of abundance. And this will be in the 3D world versus spirituality and up. Okay. But the thing is that you're not believing in yourself completely. So because you're not having that whole conscious gain of, okay, if I can't touch it, feel it, see it, then I don't want to believe it. No. You got to shift from point A to point B, okay? Shift gears, okay? Because what I'm being shown right now is that you're going to hit a brick wall, and that brick wall is definitely going to challenge your ego entirely. Whenever that starts to happen, it's kind of like you having to meet yourself for like one of the very first times, and it's not going to be a pretty picture because it's like going to show you everything that you've ever done right in your life, everything you are worthy of, and then it's kind of like you're like, but I don't want to believe these concepts. Well, guess what, honey? Believe it. Okay. Now, the word of caution that I am seeing is going to be, don't waste your space. What that means to me is it's going to mean that anything can be your oasis. It's kind of like trying to find yourself even in a very, very chaotic situation, chaotic place. What that means is, remember, you can be your own aces. Your body is going to be that temple. So whether it means just breathing, taking deep breaths, or whether it means, visualizing yourself somewhere else for just that one moment so that you can start getting balance and clarity, do it, okay? Because right now, because of the mindset that you're going to be in and you getting in your own way and not having that self-esteem, it's going to be like you're going to drown even though there's no water around you, okay? Don't start hallucinating, don't start imagining things. You're going to be okay. So your precaution is not to get too ahead of yourself, all right? So when it comes to commitment, where do you need to focus more energy on? And to me, it does feel like yourself, okay? And that's exactly what I'm being shown here, is that you need to focus on yourself. Focus on the qualities that you have, the skill sets. But most importantly, it does feel like that you need to focus on who you are as an individual. Because whenever you don't like, how do you say, whenever you're not finding worth in yourself, then you lose like, to me it feels like prospect, but you also lose prosperity. This is probably going to mean something to some of you, but they keep saying prosperity. They're saying guidance, and they keep saying like the illusions of the future. And to me, this is kind of like a culture of whenever your spiritual side starts to really, really adapt itself, and it starts to try to create, and it's kind of like getting downloads, but you're unable to tap into like the full message itself. Okay, so until you're able to do that, you do need to believe in yourself. Otherwise, you're only going to keep getting bits and pieces. All right, now your last card was going to be about embrace. How can I fully adapt to this new energy? And how you can adapt is, of course, but judgment itself, okay? Which is really funny, okay? Because this is all going to be about, a whole circle through where you have to be that person that is going to lift yourself up. Because it's not going to be enough for others to tell you. It's going to be you taking in that information. And whether you believe it's right or wrong, come on, guys. A lot of you are very, very worthy of a lot of things. See it, believe it, understand it, but embrace yourself for who you are. Okay, so everybody that's like, man, I wish I had a different past. No, no, no. The past has shaped you to who you are now. If there's something you don't like about it, shift it. Get rid of it. Okay, these are going to be like anywhere between habits or characteristics that you're just going to hold on to. You don't have to hold on to them unless you want to. But make sure you're holding on to them for like really, really good reasons, okay? Now, Burden, pick a card number 3. All right, for those of you that pick number 3, this is going to be for you. Now, for adventure, I did get a lot of things coming your way. So apparently y'all have like really, really big open mindsets. So what sensational thing is in your immediate horizon? Well, let's see. I see you captivating yourself. I see you getting rid of a lot of things. And I say things because it's going to be like people, places, emotions, situations, man, and you become greatness itself. In other words, you're going to be like an idol to many, many others that are wanting to flourish. So to me, it doesn't feel like brag, but it does feel like broadcast what you're doing, okay, and how you're doing it. Because what they are showing me is you're being idolized for doing everything that you're going to need to do. Okay, so that's going to be your venture. So step out of the comfort zone completely. It's really like having a skydiving, jumping off the cliff moment, and just understanding that no matter what happens, it's going to be like landing on a cloud of rose petals. I don't know what that message is about, but that's exactly what they're giving me here, is that it's whatever happens, it's going to be good and it's going to be beautiful afterwards. Okay, so that's what you have to look forward to in your immediate horizon. Now, what blocks you from this is also multiple concepts. It's going to be you're wanting to stay into yourself. It's going to be thinking that time can do its job. No, no, no. Sometimes we have to do the work. Sometimes our guides are going to tell us, hey, unless you do this and you do it correctly, you're not going to see, that point A to point B. You're not going to see progression. So initially, it's going to be jumping into action. And if you're afraid of jumping into action, it's okay. Just know that you're going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to work out great and completely amazing. The thing is that you do have to jump ahead without, it's kind of like having that air sign feel and from astrology. Being an air sign, just jump into action. No thinking, no hesitation, just go. Now, when it comes to your precaution, they're saying, yep, here we go, hopeless release. And what this is already telling me is don't be brick and stone. Don't be so cemented in where you are right now and where you're going to be going forward. Because what's supposed to happen for you is you're supposed to open up, you're supposed to blossom, and the immediate symbol that they're giving me right now is going to be a sunflower. So for those of you that don't know the representation of a sunflower, please look it up because that's exactly what you're going to be bringing into your immediate future unless you continue to block yourself, okay? Because this is going to be the time where you're going to need to socialize with other people. Again, this is where you have to give your experiences. Don't be afraid to lead. Don't be afraid to, just take a chance. This is your chance, like right now, to do that. And it feels like almost without any precaution, without any consequences. Okay. And this is what your guides are wanting you to do during the Strawberry Moon festivities. Now, when it comes to commitment, where do you need to focus more energy on? And again, oh my God, you cannot make this up. People, situations, dealing with others, because they're showing me right now you don't really want to deal with anybody. You're just like, look, because of kind of like the COVID situation, I've been in my little bubble. I've been fine in my little bubble. I've already had to, slice dice a lot of people or situations out of my life. And you're just like, I'm not really done doing that. Yes, you are, honey, because the cards keep saying, look, you need people in your life right now. If you can't have people, then there's not going to be any you because they want you to expand outside of yourself. And as much as you are really just wanting to be in that comfort, safe space, it's not going to be the greatest idea. Okay, so what can you embrace right now? How can you fully adapt to this new energy? They're saying, to me, what it feels like is you got to get on top of it. You have to stop fighting your own sense of behavior issues of, okay, well, this can go wrong, this can go right, and it can go right on like 30%. Stop calculating and just go ahead and go. Because what they keep showing me over and over is that you're holding yourself back. There's no reason to hold yourself back. Okay, so please, please keep going forward because if you're unable to adapt to this Strawberry Moon festivities and energies, then it's just like you're going to lose out on a lot because I do see that relationships are supposed to form in your immediate future. So does abundance because they're showing me abundance and in a variety of different pentacles. Okay, and it's just like, wow, one thing leads to another and it starts building, 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 and then boom, all of a sudden you're ending up kind of like on the right side of the bed. Again, that's going to be a reading that only one or two of you that are going to understand because it's like whenever you wake up, you're just like, man, I can't do this right now. And they're just like, no, wake up on the right side of the bed and you'll actually feel inspired. You'll be great. You'll be, this and that, and it'll be amazing. Okay. So that is going to be everybody for number 3. Pick a card. Okay. Now for number 4, you guys are pretty to the point. Okay. So for anybody that picked number 4 for their Strawberry Moon spread, it feels very, very like boom, bam, just need it, bam, go. Okay. So adventure, what sensational thing is in your immediate horizon? And what they're showing me is awakening. Okay, so do understand awakening is not just going to be, where sound judgment plays. It's but it really does feel like more of philosophical versus spirituality. So think of like spirituality awakening, okay? Your senses, your spice senses start really, really waking up, and that's exactly what's going to happen. But it also feels like you are just going to revamp yourself in a whole new definition. So I don't know. It's like subtle changes can mean the world to you. Like subtle changes can mean becoming a new person. And one example that they want to give me is like the name Kim. Instead of, it's instead of KIM, then it'll be KYM, and that Y stands for the immediate, I don't know, it's like attitude. It's like an attitude change, and it didn't take a lot. It didn't take, like a new fashion statement, changing career, changing everything about life. It just took that one subtle statement and boom, bam, you feel renewed. It's amazing. And you're able to fight with clarity. And to me, this is going to be like sound clarity. It's going to be clarity of I don't know, like the angels of you're gonna start seeing the good in what you do. You start seeing the good in everything, even if it's bad. And I say bad as in like negative situations where we may get ahead of ourselves, and it's just like, man, you start having that clarity and you're just like, wow, I really needed this. So if you're feeling very really anxious, very, very unsettled before, you're gonna actually start feeling very, very sturdy, very, very rooted to the earth, because it's exactly what I'm feeling right now. It's very, very rooted, very, very calm, sensational, and it is wonderful, guys. So for those of you that chose number two, number four, it's going to be magnificent energy. Okay. Now, when it comes to vision, what blocks my view of seeing more? And to me, this is going to be your options and how you wish to decide. Um, because what comes up for you is many, many doors. And the thing is with doors is whenever there's a little bit too many options, we kind of get clouded with judgment. So it's being able to just pick a door and just go with it. Okay. But be smart about the door, because I also feel a lot of air energy with this spread. So they're saying don't decide clumsily, think with logic, think with confidence, and kind of reach into that intuition, because your intuition is going to start really, really spiking due to what's coming forward with the strawberry moon. Okay. So use it, let it guide you. Okay. So with caution, what precautions should be taken at this point in time? And they're saying blessing and abundance. What this is showing me is sometimes having too much of something can be bad, but sometimes it can be really good. But if you're not used to the goodness, then it begins to feel a little overwhelming. Okay, so take abilities, for example. If you're not really used to having abilities, and all of a sudden you have an awakening, it can be very, very overwhelming. It can be stressful, it can be aggravating, it can be draining. So this is where they're trying to show me that you guys just need to breathe, be centered, think, analyze what is happening right now, so that you can again get clarity, get that whole sensation of I got this. So you can firmly enroot yourself to, I don't know, it feels like to the earth. I'm telling you, there's a lot of earth and air energy with y'all spread. Okay. And what this is really, really going to help you with is going to be financial and home. I don't know, like I'm financial and home life right now, because it will help you. It will guide you tremendously. Okay, so please take the blessings for what they are, accept them, because it's supposed to be a really good thing. All right, now for commitment, where do I need to focus more energy into? And what they're showing me is everything that you are leaving behind and coming into. because you've even seen the shift, and many of you have already seen the shift. You're just like, man, I've been losing a lot, but I've also been gaining. Like, what's going on here? Why is this the whole circle of, can I just either keep the loss or keep the gain? I don't know. And it feels kind of like movement with relationships. We're bouncing back and forth, but it also feels like situations where you're dealing with other people and um, it keeps going sideways, and then it goes for you and then against you, and it's not really the energy you need to be in. So they're showing me that, hey, you're getting closer to basically stressing yourself out. So it's really, hey, deal with the situation exactly how you need to. And how you're going to do that is you're going to need advice from others that are outside of your situations, outside of your vicinity. So whether that means that you have to do kind of like crowd control from really, really outside perspectives, and what they're showing me is like on the opposite side of the world perspective, then do so. Okay, if you need like a day away, do that, because there is nothing in the spread that says, hey, you need to captivate your whole energy into one certain thing. Because right now they're showing me that certain thing is going to be all about you and what you decide to do with the energy going forward. So I see a lot of possibilities dealing with manifestation, but you kind of like sidestepping, you being very, very cautious of your next step going forward. And I'm not exactly seeing a reason for that. It's kind of like going to be, what do you want to do with it? So this is going to go back to embracing. How can I fully adapt to this new energy? And what they're showing me here is you kind of have to do some shadow work here. So you number fours, do some shadow work. Be logical with yourself. See things from a researcher's point of mind, a scientist's point of mind, okay? And and it, like I said, it has to do with getting a new perspective from a different perspective. Not someone that is within your situation, not someone that is like a person that would be in your situation, but someone totally opposite. And that will help you greatly. And what I'm actually feeling with this spread is going to be a lot of masculine energy. So with this masculine energy, it just needs to have confidence, assertiveness, rationality, but also that ability to ground. I don't know, it just feels like ground to get moving in action. So for you guys, expect that as long as you're taking in your vision, taking in your adventure for this point in time, okay? Now, last is going to be those of you that chose number 5. All right. So this one was already immediately kind of interesting, only whenever I was shuffling cards. So you guys probably have a lot going on because I ended up picking a lot of cards for you as well. So for adventure, what sensational thing is in your immediate horizon? What they're showing me is difficulty speaking, difficulty breathing, difficulty having a clarity. And what this is already symbolizing is that your guides are going to put you in situations where you just have to, okay, listen, observe. And there's going to be reasons. Sometimes it's just to know what is going on. Other times it's going to be like calling on the BS. But regardless, you won't be able to catch it unless you're not speaking. Okay, so it's like kind of being smart in your surroundings. And that's exactly what they're saying. They're just like, look, you're going to start feeling a lot of things, a lot of messed up in your immediate future with people. So this is where you're going to start walking away, but you're also going to be able to have like a peace of mind. And this is only going to be possible if you're allowing yourself to get that peace of mind by stepping away from certain people. And they literally just keep saying people, 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 people. So understand, this is going to be more than one person. Okay. I don't know. Like I said, to me, it feels like freedom and independence all rolled up in one. It feels really, really fabulous energy. I don't know. It feels very, very, I don't know. It's just fabulous. It just feels Liberated. I guess I would say liberated. Okay. So vision. What blocks my view of seeing more? They're showing me you're gonna have a hard time with leaving things the way they are. Let me explain. So, for those of you, you're going to feel like this is going to be a moment of no return where you were either betrayed or you were used a little too much, or you're just like, man, this situation is going nowhere. It doesn't matter what I say, what I do, it's just not going to help. Okay. And that's exactly what I'm being shown here is that you're having to walk away. You know, you're going to have to invest in you, and you're okay with that. But what you're not okay with is the disappointment that comes with it, whether it's you hoping that there was a new outcome, whether you did something, regardless, understand that it's something you had to do. So it's going to be thoughts about that and how it should have been handled differently that is going to block you from seeing more. Because it's like knowing that you did the right thing, but still challenging that knowing by, okay, maybe something different would have happened. Okay, don't do that because it's kind of like hypocriticizing yourself, but also like really ramming yourself in the head, and that kind of like brings you down a little bit. And you don't need to be brought down for any particular reason. Okay. Now, with your cautionary tale, what precautions should you take at this time? And they're showing to me, it does have to do with what I just said, which is kind of like daydreaming. Like, okay, maybe if I did that, if I did this, so on and so forth. Now, with that being said, it's kind of like you do wish that things were different. Okay. You do want peace with other people, but peace with yourself is going to be most important. So you have to keep insinuating that into yourself and know that you did the right thing, even if other people's feelings were hurt in the process, even if your feelings were hurt in the process, it's okay. Now, when it comes to commitment, where do I need to focus more of my energy? To me, it feels like divine self and inner self and higher self. Okay. And these are, and it, again, this is where your whole situation of just disappointment and walking away really, really discouraged you quite a bit. That it kind of like threw you off and like, okay, so what am I supposed to be doing exactly? You're supposed to be working on you, hun. All right. Remember, work on you. And work on you doesn't mean that, hey, you need to like continuously study, do research, go to the gym. What it means is to understand why you did it and be proud of why you did it. Okay. So it's like not going back on your word, not going back in your tracks, but it also means that self care is needed. Okay. Because your mind is so clouded, your emotions are a little jumbled up from feeling liberated to now I feel bad. Okay, like I said, you keep bouncing back and forth here. Now, it's going to mean self care, self care, self care. So, cleanse, a lot of water, a lot of water. So, take baths. Make sure you're adding a little something, whether it's like a crystal right next to the bath, bubbles, essential oils, incense in, a room candle. It doesn't matter, just have water around, even being next to a water fountain, walking by the lake, walking by the ocean, listening to seashells, listen, okay? Be around water so they can calm you and your nerves, all right? Because this is something that you really, really need to focus your energy on. It does feel like self. All right. Now, when it comes to embrace, how can you fully adapt to this new energy? They're showing me make sure you're taking action. Okay. So, this is when projects can really, really blossom for you. If there's an old project that you wish to blossom, by all means, do so. Okay. That means understand that you're going to start to be feeling energized. And if you're not using that energy for something, it's going to make you feel very, very frantic, very anxious. So, would you rather feel very, very irritable, anxious, and frustrated, or feeling like feel good, like nonchalant, carefree, energized? I don't know. To me, it feels like bunny. I don't know, energized bunny. And that's exactly what they're showing me. And this is exactly what the strawberry moon brings into play for you. So if you're wanting all of these things, then hello, have it, do it. All right. Now, for those of you that did join my live here, thank you for attending. I am planning to go live either tonight, or tomorrow night, okay? So this was only for the pick a card spread. If you did not hear your number, please rewatch, rewind, and have a good night, everyone, okay? So bye, everyone, and happy